3.
I did my training in economics. I began with the undergraduate. I have an AB Economics degree from Ateneo de Manila. And then I took a master's in economics in New York, and then my PhD in economics in London. So of course, if you ask me, I think economics is a great subject, and I'm very happy that you are considering it. It's a very important subject, I think. For example, it deals with questions like this is the one of the covers of the latest Economist. It talks about towards the end of poverty. It's been observed that over 1 million people have been taken out of poverty. They've been lifted out of poverty in the past 20 years. And I must say that the economics as a discipline has been played an important role in that, in analyzing the role of economic growth, the role of institutions, the role of policies, the role of technology, and how you are really able to lift up people from the very desperate situation of poverty. That is an issue that we face here in Cagayan de Oro, in Mindanao, in the Philippines, and this is an important issue. And I think economics really has a role to play as a service to society in understanding how we can really help our fellow Filipinos, our brothers and sisters, lifted out of poverty. And the economics as a discipline really addresses that question. And then on the other side, it also deals with the micro understanding of certain phenomenon. It's a real science also, a real social science of human behavior. In short, microeconomics tells us that incentives matter. Incentive really matters. And if we want to understand human behavior, we must understand how incentives matter. For example, if we want people to stop smoking or reduce smoking, then we must understand the incentives that people face to be able to stop smoking. If we want people to conserve more water, for example, or preserve our rivers or our watersheds, then I think we must understand also that incentives matter. We must also understand, for example, in this role of responsible parenthood, how incentives matter to people when they decide, for example, family size. So economics as a discipline also studies questions like that. And so from the macro questions like how do you reduce poverty, and then from the micro questions of how do we understand behavior better, and how can we structure the behavior so that people can freely respond and sort of do the right thing for themselves, do the right thing for society. I think economics can give some answers to these questions. Not all the answers, of course, but at least it makes a very significant contribution. So I think it's a very exciting discipline. Of course, I'm very biased, but certainly it's a very exciting and important discipline as we try to serve society and as we try to serve our neighbor, especially the least of our brothers and sisters. So I encourage you to really go into the field if this attracts you, and for those who are already taking up this as a major, that I think it's really an important social science. It can really help us in our work to try to be men and women for others. So good luck, and I hope that you will find as much joy and as much interest and as much excitement as I did, and I continue to do so in this field profession of economics. Thank you very much.